VisualEyes with Bhavini in association with Miss, Mr, Mrs Brit Asian 2019 brings to you Celebrating Diversity and Differently Abled People category. Which took place on Saturday 12th October 2019 at the Amber Suite, The Hive, London. Hosted by Bhavini Makwana and the participants for the category Sumit Sani, Meenakshi Hera and Rashmi Makwana.
Hello everyone, so I'm Bhavini Makwana, and as Fiona mentioned, I'm the ambassador for Retina UK as well. I was diagnosed with Retinitis Pigamentosa, the condition that supports the condition that I have when I was 17, and it's a condition that's meant to be inherited. It's a degenerative, progressive eye condition, so over the years I've been losing my sight. So at the moment I only have 1% remaining in one eye, and out the other eye I can't see. So it's a condition that varies from person to person, and symptoms can vary to person, but eventually it's progressive and it does lead to sight loss. I found it very difficult to come to terms and live with the eye condition, especially coming from an Asian background, because disability in our community is seen as a taboo, a massive stigma, and we associate that with you're not someone that can amount to anything, so we're encouraged to stay at home, or people think that you can't actually achieve anything, but that's not the case. I came across the charity Retina UK back in 2011, and that was the first bit of hope that I received after seeing people that were making things of their life and living with their sight loss and doing normal things like having children, working, being students, and that empowered me that my life is worth living. I can do stuff as well. So over the years I have become confident. I have been living with my sight loss, but I found there were many people out there that didn't have this support, or they weren't aware of it. So I do whatever I can to raise the profile of Retina UK, to share what the charity offers, the support. I'm one of the volunteers on their helpline, so I do answer phone calls, and when people need emotional, practical support, I can be at the other end of a phone call. I do organise charity fundraising events, and on social media I share a lot about the condition and the charity. So when Mr. Mrs Brit Asian event was taking place, I wanted to bring the Celebrating Diversity and Disability category to a mainstream event where people can understand and listen to real life people living with their condition, but not letting them hold it back and actually going out there and living their life. Yes, they have a disability, but they are differently abled people. They are not disabled. It's society that makes them disabled. So I bring to you this category to educate, to raise awareness, but also to have a platform where these people can raise the awareness of what life is like for them, and how you, as individuals in your day-to-day life, whether it's in work, whether you're going out shopping, whether you're traveling, that you can do what you can to support them. So let's include people and have diversity and inclusion in every aspect of your life. Thank you. Diversity and disability. Our first participant in this category is Mr. and Mrs. Sumit Sani. Can I welcome Sumit and Ruby to the stage?
First of all, I was especially told that our Honorable Mayor is here. Say thank you very much to him too. He's here. And especially he's here with his Home Secretary, not alone by himself. Welcome, and our MP is here as well. Welcome to you, sir, as well. And you are also with your Home Secretary. Welcome to you, sir, as well. You know, I was telling other men around here, look, it's not only us. It's not only us who we can't come outside without our wives. Look, our mayor, our MP, they are also here as well. Not allowed by themselves. But yes, I was before I was coming here, my wife was telling me, Sumit, you'll be talking on mic and all that. You're going to become a celebrity. You should change your name now. Make a short name. Something. I said, but what sort of name shall I put? He said, Sumit, you put Sue. I said, Sue? I said, give me a brown name. This is a non-brown name. My son says, you know what he says? He says, Dad, put it twice. Say Susu. I said, then I sticked on to Sumit. So, and also, yes, Sora Munda. People know me by that name as well. I do look Sora. But yeah, talking about our eye conditions, I'm going to come up to that. I've also got Retinitis Pigamentosa. It used to be called Retinitis Pigamentosa. Now it has been changed, modernized, RDH12, Retina Dystrophy, something, and mine is number 12. I'll tell you about this condition, what it is about. How do we get these, this sort of disability? Sorry, Bhavini, not disability, differently abled. Yes. I don't know if you guys know about this. We have about over 20,000 genes in our body. And every gene has got A and B, 2 copies. So what happens is, when both copies get defected, then you get certain type of this kind of disability or any other disabilities. In our case, it is, and that's the only reason. I would also say that, in medical terms, they say, just make sure you don't get married to your first cousins, blood relations. That's the reason, because there's a very, very high chance of getting this sort of eye condition problem, because chances of getting those genes, negative genes, are very highly. But well, I've been like other kids, normal kids. I was small when I was diagnosed. And my sister has got also the same problem. She was diagnosed at a small age. And I used to talk to my dad and I said, like, Daddy, what it is, Dad? Look, it's difficult. I can't go out anywhere. What am I going to do? How am I going to do? And he used to say one thing, look, son, I am always with you, but I'll never be near you. That's the only way you can learn to progress. And that helped me a lot. That helped me a lot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yes, well, once you grow up, come out of these things, people do come to me, oh, Sumit, we are very inspired of you. Yeah, look, you've been doing well. I said, look, brother, I've got the same problems as you have. I've got a wardrobe full of those trousers. They still don't fit me. I still have the same problem. I look at them and I say, look, I'm going to wear them after 6 months. I'm going to reduce my weight. I said, this is my main thing. I still have the same old problems what every other single person would have. Shall I eat this or shall I not eat this? But yes, eye conditions are always there. Yeah, well, it will be always there with me. I've taken it as a positivity in my life. I was when I was small, I would say about 9 years old. Where I got my inspiration for is from my dad. When I was 9, my sister was 5, and my other sister, she was only 11 days old when my mom died. And that's when I learned about the life, that there is much more than what we have or what we want. And life is very, very difficult at that time. It was very, very different. And that's why, I mean, my dad, obviously, I'm very inspired from him, and he says that, look, always do not never expect anything from your situations. Accept it. If you will accept it, it will be easy for you to handle it. No matter its eye condition, any other condition, we all have problems in our life. Everybody has got problems in our life. So yes, I would say that, yeah, life has been good, but eye condition, Bhavini, she's doing a very great job. Retina UK, they've been doing, there are lots of other organizations. And if you have anybody in your family who's got any sort of eye condition, or you think, don't overprotect them. We always protect our kids and all that, but don't go and overprotect them. Because what will happen is, it will make them weaker. It will make them feel like that they have been discriminated. So always be with them. Bhavani ji, do you want to ask anything?
So, just so people understand what it's like living with sight loss, do you want to share like a typical day, how you manage going to work? You do have a full-time job, you're a husband, you're a father. Do you want to share a typical day in the life of Sumit?
Yes. Yes, definitely, yes. Oh yeah, sorry, in my introduction I forgot to tell you guys, I work in retail, I'm in retail management. Sorry, I forgot that. Yeah, I was very nervous, before coming here. First time having bike in my hand, and you won't believe, behind the scenes what is happening. I mean, I'm not even that much. I mean, the boys and girls will be judged and all that. You cannot imagine how much nervous they are. But well, that makes the best out of you guys, everybody, when you're nervous. But yes, day-to-day life, well, it's normal life. Yes, we adjust to it. For me, yes, there are hindrances. I can't see when I go out somewhere. I always any new places. I can't go by myself. I'm a white cane user, by the way. Yes, this is our visually impaired people VIPs fashion nowadays. And the second fashion is a guide dog. So I'm to this one at the moment. I go with it, but any new places, I always either take my kids with me, my son or my wife, somebody is always accompanying me. But day-to-day life, yes, I sometimes cook at home. I do get told off by my wife, as normal other husbands. Oh, you are messy, you don't clean it up. But that's, we are happy husbands. We have to accept it. I do that. I go to work, but there are obviously you can either go by yourself, or there is lots of nowadays help available, like Access to Work, Retina UK. There are all other organizations who are there to advise you how you can, if you have problems going to work, because obviously the Disability Discrimination Act, the recent one is 2010. Am I right, Bhavini? 2010, the recent one, the new one. Yeah. Under that, you all are covered, that employers have to provide reasonable adjustments, and this travel to work is one of them, which is provided by Access to Work. I use Access to Work. I go to work by cab. I come back by cab. It is fully paid by them. When I go to work, I've got adjustments in place. I've got softwares which speak to me, computer systems, or you can always get job support workers if there is some sort of jobs you cannot even do with the help of computers or anything else. At home, I'm very lucky. We all are lucky, but I'm talking about myself, so I'll say I'm very lucky. My wife is always there to help, my kids are always there, my parents, my family. But they've always helped me in the way that I should be able to do the things by myself. That's how they've helped me. That's how, Bhavani. Anything else? Sorry, Bhavini. Everybody, let you guys know, okay? This is Bhavani, not Bhavini.
Promoting diversity and celebrating disability category is Meenakshi Hera. So Meenakshi is going to be sharing her condition that she's been living with, and also sharing her talent that she has for singing.
Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about a condition that I was born with. So I was born with a club foot, and I was diagnosed from birth, and I had it operated as a child, as a baby, and it was unsuccessful, so it did leave me with a lifelong disability, and it did face, or the impact it had on me was that I faced a lot of struggles, and I lacked a lot of confidence in life, and I don't know what else to say. I've lost words.
So, do you want to share how it's difficult? Like, for example, many people can just go into a store and find a pair of shoes and think, wow, they're amazing, I really want them. How is that different for you?
So for me, walking into a store as a girl, I was always told, why don't you wear some heels? You know, you look a bit taller and you look a bit prettier, you know, when we go out. But unfortunately, because of my condition, I was unable to wear heels all my life, so I was never able to even have it as an option. So although it seems quite minor right now, but for me it was really big. In my world it was like really crumbling, because I always desired to wear certain shoes that everyone else was wearing, every other girl was wearing, and yeah.
This is the first time Minax is talking about it, so it's overwhelming for her. But she has come such a long way from when I first met her. It's difficult in terms of, you know, standing for long periods, and unless you're living with that particular condition, you don't have any idea what that person's facing, and because there's no awareness about it, people just take it for granted. But, you know, what Minaxi has shared with me in the past is she can't wear standard fancy heel shoes that look really bling. She has to have shoes that fit her, that's comfortable for her, that doesn't cause her pain. And other people don't really understand that, especially coming from our culture. So when we wear nice saris or suits or lengas, you know, you want to wear fancy shoes, but sometimes that's not even an option. So trying to live with something that society thinks that we should be as normal people doing, it's sometimes difficult, but Minaxi hasn't let her get that down. She's come such a long way in the few years that I've known her, and she's grown into a lovely person living with a condition and being able to talk about it, because I find that it's really hard to share something that people don't understand. So for her to be up here in front of all of you guys, I just want to give Minaxi a massive round of applause, because this is so courageous of her. But anyway, she's a beautiful singer, and that's why she's going to share her passion for singing with you. Over to you.
दिल वेखदा आई वे मेरा लौंग बच्चा निगा मारदा आई वे मेरा लौंग बच्चा मेरा लौंग बच्चा मेरा लौंग बच्चा मेरा लौंग बच्चा गली में मारे फेरे पास आने को मेरे गली में मारे फेरे पास आने को मेरे कभी परखता नैन मेरे तू कभी परखता तोर कभी परखता नैन मेरे तू कभी परखता तोर अंबर सया मुनिया वे कचिया कलियां ना तोड़ अंबर सरिया मुनिया वे कचिया कलियां ना तोड़ तेरी माँ ने बोले हैं मुझे तीखे से बोल तेरी माँ ने बोले हैं मुझे तीखे से बोल अंबर सरिया हो अंबर सरिया अधिया तो की पाइया जांजरा लौंग मरे लिशकारे अधिया तो की पाइया जांजरा लौंग मरे लिशकारे कंगना तेरा नी सानू करे इशारे कंगना तेरा नी सानू करे इशारे कंगने दे विच लगी डग सतरंगनी कल्ले कल्ले आशिका तो दिल मंगनी कंगने दे विच लगी नग सतरंगनी कल्ले कल्ले आशिका नु दिल मंगनी कंगने दे विच लगी नग सतरंगनी कल्ले कल्ले आशिका नु दिल मंगनी अपने इस कंगने नु सांभ के रख मुंदियारे अपने इस कंगने नु सांभ के रख मुंदियारे कंगना तेरा नी सानू करे इशारे 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 कंगना तेरा नी हो कंगना तेरा नी कंगना तेरा नी कंगना तेरा नी Thank you.
Wasn't that absolutely brilliant? Another round of applause for Meenakshi and Shiva who played the guitar. Contestant in the Celebrating Diversity and Differently Abled People is Rashmi Makwana. So please give a big round for him.
Good evening, Honourable Mayor, dignitaries, our MPs, councillors, our judges, and ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Sat Sri Akal, Walaikum Assalam, Namaste, Kem Cho at the back, family, hi. I look a bit bad in this wheelchair. Yeah. If I sat in that chair, I don't think you'll ever know there's anything wrong with me. Yeah? I've got something called muscular dystrophy. Has anybody heard of this, first of all?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, let me fire some questions back at you now. Before I go into what it is, how many, or what's the population of the UK? Shout it out.
60 million.
Yeah, 65 million, last census. Okay, muscular dystrophy. How many people in this country, in the UK, do you think have got muscular dystrophy? Any takers? I'll tell you, just 70,000. Yep. Now there are 9 types of muscular dystrophies, all various. Get them in different age groups. Some when you're old, when you're born, then your genes. But there's one particular type that I'm interested in because I've got it. Short name is FSH. The long name is facioscapulohumeral dystrophy. I don't know that name because I can't pronounce it. So I'll stick to FSH. So if we go back to the stats, if I say to you that there's only 1,300 people have got this type of condition, all of a sudden it makes it very, very rare. So when you're looking at research is taking place, lots of work being done, some fantastic work being done by Retina UK, we sort of feel a bit left out because there's only 1,300 of us. And by the way, if anybody wants an autograph, I'm one of them. I'll be at the back signing for autographs. So help yourself, you know, I do that sort of thing. So muscular dystrophy, not a lot of people know about it. And from where I come from as a society, whether it's Indians, Indian communities, African communities, English communities, Western countries, there's not that much knowledge. And when British Asia Awards asked me to come along, Bhavini asked me to come along, I said, yeah, why not? Let me do this. First time I'm doing this, by the way. I speak a lot, but the first time I'm talking about disability. Yeah. So, this disability, what is it? Right, I'm bouncing back to you now. Can you all put your hands on in the air? Come on, let's try this. Hands in the air. Both hands in the air. Now touch your hair. Touch your hair. How does it feel? Does it feel good? You can touch your hair. Okay. Now, just leave that for a moment. Whoever suffers from a really irritating itch on your back, yeah, this niche, you want to get to it. So what do? You wrap your arm around and you scratch it. Well, my condition, I can't touch my hair. That's it, it's gone. I can't spin my hands around my back. Cannot be done. Yeah. Now, up to about 10 years ago, there was absolutely nothing wrong with me. Yeah, I used to have a full-time job. I used to do DIY. You name it, I would go on roofs, electrical, plumbing. I still got contacts out if numbers at the back. Yeah, so I used to do a lot of building work. I used to work in an office, but my hobby was DIY, and I loved it. Until one day, I went to work and I fell over. So I thought, I've fallen over. So I got up, 2 days later, I fall over again. And this starts happening for about a month. So I said, this is silly. So I went to the doctors. Doctors looked at me and goes, you walk funny. I said, no, I don't. Because this is it. I said, no, I don't. So I said, okay, let's go see a consultant. And after a few tests, I found out that I've got muscular dystrophy. And all of a sudden, life changed overnight. So from one point where you were doing everything, yeah, you're not reliant on anybody, whack, a disability comes in. Yeah? Within 5 years, I'm in a wheelchair. Yeah? Like Sumit said earlier on, we've got our own fashion accessories. That's what Iron Man fist. I've got 2 10-inch metal plates on my back. I've got foot supports. I've got this lovely X-Men wheelchair that I go around in. But life doesn't stop. Yeah? I don't see disability. I don't like the word disability. I know a lot of people say, oh, disabled, oh, I can't talk to you. And they do that. Believe me, they do. What we have is a special ability. And that's the whole point of this evening, is for those people with special abilities. I believe we've got special abilities. So, for example, you saw someone come along, walk to the end with a stick, you walk back, yeah? Didn't need a support. You've seen Bhavini come over. She talks. She does everything. Yeah? Meenakshi sent a lovely song. That I ask people out there, how many people can do that? Not a lot of people can do that. It takes a lot of guts. And we want to spread the message that we are not disabled. We have just got special abilities that you guys don't have. And we love you. Hey. Yeah? So, what you have to do, you change your life a bit. So I was in full-time employment, I had a lovely office job, I was at the top of my game, I gave it up. I got medically retired. So then, soon after that, along came my son. He's 8 years old now. Everybody thinks he's my grandson, but he's not. This is the new look I've got, it's a great look. So, what I do now, I spend my time taking this and this everywhere I go. I work for our community, I do help out on stage, I help out on the floor. You know, I do speeches, I help with that. I'm a governor in our local school. I'm one of the members of a trust in our local community. So it's our chance to put something back into the community, give something back, and do something that we can, and show others that we're not written off yet. There is still life in us. So I do all these little things, and in the time I get left over, I'll make cards. Yeah. So I'll make cards, I'll make personalised gifts. So I sit there at my desk, computer's on. I use these hands to make gifts. If I took this glove off, my fingers would be like this. Yeah, that's how my fingers are on this hand. This hand is following. Doctors rate 1.5, 2 years, this hand will be gone. So I'll have 2 gloves. Hey, I'm beginning Iron Man now. So life doesn't stop, and that's the message that we're putting across in our community, across the British Asian community, not only a British Asian, every community, that accept who you are, accept others for who they are. Live your life, live the moment, don't take a chance. Because anything will come and hit you from the back, like me. Never happened, I didn't even think of it, yeah? But it was a hereditary condition that no one family knew either. But whack! There I was, doing a full-time job, 5 years later, I'm in a wheelchair. So, don't take life for credit. I'll tell you guys, everywhere, enjoy life, live the moment. Last year, in all of this, like Sumit said, our normal life continues. So even with this disability, we are the same as you. Last year, my wife got diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, it happens in day-to-day life. Everybody suffers from it, yeah? You know people who are ill in your family. You go to work, you do the cooking, you do work, you get DIY. We live the same bits of work every day. It doesn't change for us, except we work around those issues. We get around it, and that's the fun part of it. We work around it. Yeah? So that's all I want to say tonight. Don't want to take too much of your time, I said a lot. But accept us for who we are, we'll accept who you are, but most of all, live this moment. Remember yesterday, live today, and dream about tomorrow. So thank you very much.
So there we go, 3 participants from the Celebrating Diversity category. Give a big round of applause to Rashmi, Meenakshi and Sumit. So, I shared at the beginning about my eye condition as well, retinitis pigmentosa. Last year, I got matched with a guide dog, and you'd think living with a guide dog is meant to help you become more independent. You can travel wherever you want with ease without relying or depending on other people. However, it seems that that brings a new set of challenges in addition to the disability eye condition you have. So I've been denied access to a dentist, a temple, an Indian restaurant, taxis, and recently a hotel, because people don't have the education or awareness that a guide dog is there to empower someone with a vision impairment, not actually cause extra problems for them to live an independent life. I mean, how many of you in this room actually know there's a guide dog in this venue? He's comfortably sitting underneath my table. He's probably asleep, he's had his food, and he's probably resting. But because people don't know the awareness, people keep stopping me from entering their premises. So my message today I wanted to share is that a guide dog is there to empower a person with sight loss to live an independent life. And it's actually against the law to refuse a working guide dog into an establishment. So please, if you run a business, if you happen to see someone with a vision impairment who has a guide dog, don't deny them access, because it's humiliating, it's embarrassing, and most of all, it actually knocks their confidence. They just want to live their life like anybody else. So today's message is, I hope you've learned something about these 3 conditions that we shared today, and let's empower people to live their life and do what we can to support them. Thank you all, and I'll hand you over to the host.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right.